BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. All right, so next is from... Oops, I lost my spot. Next is from Roger Gilmore. Why isn't it getting bigger? Hope you're back for the full show this week, Konnan. Those Disco and Harry segments were brutal to get through. Anywho, even the biggest AEW haters have to admit that in the past 2 months, the quality of Dynamite has gotten a lot better. It's not a perfect show at all, but when you compare Dynamite last week to any episode from, say, January or December, it's way better. My question is, though, why do you think ticket sales for AEW shows are still so bad? I mean, Lance Archer was literally in some local MMA show in Texas a few weeks ago, literally handing out free tickets to All In 2025. Plus, last I heard, AEW have been playing smaller venues, yet they're still not selling the venues out. I haven't heard if they're sold out these ECW arena shows yet or not, but if they don't, this is not a good look. You think it's possible it's just the brand of AEW being damaged? So first of all, there is a online push. I hear like even Alvarez is talking about how these shows have been so much better and they've hit a stride. I'm like, coming from the regular viewers, like that's fine, but they're not increasing their audience at all, right? So, like, people like us that watch it every week, we're saying, like, okay, I'm kind of interested in what are the things we're interested in? The Hangman, Ospreay, Swerve angle with Moxley, and the Hurt Business with what's his name? MJF, right?
Right.
Okay, well, the thing is, okay, that's been interesting, but you got to kind of, like, pay these things off soon. Like, we did a whole 8 weeks of MJF getting recruited by the Hurt Biz with thumbs up and thumbs up, and it's like, okay, now it's time to like get these people involved in feuds with somebody,
right?
Like it's like
yeah, not
okay,
no
like,
names,
right. It's
Leo Rush, and
right.
I mean he's good. Leo Rush, he's one of the most talented wrestlers, but he's not pushed as a top guy. Nobody thinks him in Action Andretti,
right?
The guy that Chris Jericho put over,
right?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll give a perfect example. So they do this 4-hour show they had recently, right?
But do you remember when Jericho put him over? Like he was the next big thing,
right?
And I said that week,
right.
I go, bro, this is not the guy,
right?
Okay,
so right. Yeah. So the thing is like, let me give you a couple examples here. So this is one thing. Like so AEW has been doing more entertaining segments on the show because you've got the characters that are good on the mic interacting with each other on the mic. But the wrestling on that show hasn't, I mean, like, there's not a lot of star-studded matches. There's not a lot of, like, like, you still, like they did this spot, like, recently. So did you watch the 4-hour show they did last week, Konnan?
No, I didn't have time.
Okay, so they did a 4-hour show, and they did a spot where Ospreay was cutting a promo, and he was cutting a good promo. And then he got interrupted, like, by Leo Rush and Action Andretti. And they had a promo thing back to set up a match later in the night. Okay? So then they go and have a match, okay, because they're being cocky and everything. They have a match, and Ospreay against Leo Rush. And, bro, Leo Rush got like 60% of the offense in this. And I'm like, dude, that's where this company still just doesn't get it yet, okay? Your storyline is Will Ospreay is still in the picture for the thing. He's got this twerp that is coming in here like talking. All right, fine, you want to wrestle. Bro, the story of the match should be Leo Rush trying all of his offense on him, and Ospreay's just better than the guy encountering it, right?
Right.
So, instead, Leo Rush is giving all his offense, and Ospreay's taking it.
Right.
I'm like, dude, you get like, so the story is, I know exactly what these guys did. Tony put Leo Rush against Will Ospreay because in his mind, these guys are going to have a great match.
Right.
And they went out and went there. Tony goes, go out and have a great match. And these guys, okay, we're going to do a great match. Dave's going to give it 4-star, and they put on a match like that.
Right.
But the story that you're supposed to be telling, like on the show, is Will Ospreay is this kid, bro. The guy's trying all his offense. You keep countering it. You're making him look stupid. The kid interferes, grabs your leg, and Leo Rush gets about a minute or two on offense on it. You turn around, and you beat the guy.
Right.
Like that's how you tell a story. But bro, they just had a match. It's like people said, well, they had a great match. I'm like, dude, that's why this show doesn't really get it. It's like nobody gives a about you having a great match. They want to know why you're wrestling. And coming on and interrupting a guy for a promo is not a good enough reason to have a match later and me to care about it, which is all that segment was. And you guys had a match and it made Ospreay look stupid, So when people sit there say they've hit a stride, bro, they still make a lot of mistakes, So I don't know. Well, that's my rant on the show because you didn't get to see it last week. So, bro, they did 4 hours. And I'm and the funny thing is
do we have ratings on that?
Yeah, we did, but I can't pull them up here. Joe sent them to us. So, but it was the Dynamite show did regular, and then it just dropped. It did the ski slope for the 2 hour. The first 2 hours was like regular, and then the last 2 hours like a ski slope.
Well,
because what are you gonna do for who's gonna watch 4 hours of wrestling in a row?
Let me just say a couple of things here. Number one.
Sometimes in life, if you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer, and the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Rough Greens. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Rough Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups, like mine, stay active and be healthy. And your pup could be next. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Just use promo code DISCO. That's RUFFGREENS.com. Promo code DISCO. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Rough Greens.
They do have, you said that they don't have, big matches, big names, whatever. They save that for the pay-per-views. Right. They don't do it on TV enough, right? I think he's more interested in people, him and his inner circle and the sickos. They just want great matches.
Right.
Now, as far as the guy asked something about
why the crowd's not getting bigger, we talk about that all the time.
Right. Okay. Even though the product's better. Let me explain something. When WCW, I knew when it was going down 1 year before it happened. And I remember talking to Meltzer about that. I was like, bro, this place is going down. But it was hot. The crowds were still hot. We were still selling out. And I was like, this place is going to go down. And it took a year, right?
Right.
Because the shows still had the residue of the other shows that were hot.
Right.
Same thing with Dynamite. They've had a huge stench on. They started off hot, then they got like this stench on them, right? And now they're trying to do better shows, which they are, but it takes more than 2 months for everybody to find out. You have to consistently put on a good show for at least 6 to 8 months. People start coming back. I think it's embarrassing, bro, if this is true that Lance Archer was giving out free tickets. Why don't you have your street team do that? You know what I'm saying?
It's weird.
And why would Lance, after all these years in the business, say, yeah, I'll do that?
Maybe they asked him. I don't know. Bro, like I said, they get nothing they're doing lately has resonated with increased viewership and increased attendance.
Right.
And but it's like I said, so what are they doing wrong?
And the thing with Ospreay is he comes from that, Brian Cage, Young Bucks mentality of, let's have a good match and let's not really squash anybody. Right. But he does do too many jobs. Right. I'm sure he didn't lose to Leo Rush, right?
No, of course not. But
right. And he did an interview where he was like, I have nothing against the WWE, but we have the best wrestlers. Who gives you have the best wrestlers? At the end of the day, I know you're getting paid well by Tony, so you don't care now. But when you get older and you can't do a lot of things, you'll understand at the end of the day, it's about money.
Right. Because I want to say to just, even though I say it seems like we say it all the time. Everybody's going to complain that I repeat myself. But the AEW has more acrobatic wrestlers. They don't have better wrestlers. Because for some reason AEW is like a lot of the basic skills these guys don't do as good as the WWE guys because all the WWE guys can throw punches now. If you look, they're doing that actively. Like nobody does that spot where you stand there and let the guy forearm you in the face on the WWE shows because they know that's stupid psychology. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to, people people say, "Oh, that's a job." I go, bro, psychology. I want to read you something because I was thinking about this today, right? Because the AEW fans and like people that like guys like Dave and stuff that never trained to wrestle, like they don't understand this concept, right? So let me read you what psychology is. This is what psychology is. It's a broad and diverse field that encompasses the study of human thought, behavior, development, personality, emotion, motivation, and more. Right?
Right.
And so basically, by understanding psychology, we gain valuable insights into why individuals behave the way they do and how they interact with others. Right? So when you think about wrestling psychology, and you think about, wow, that match had great psychology, did the match make sense?
Right.
From a logic, like why did you do the thing? Like if it had good mental acumen, like why did the wrestler do this? And I'm sorry, I don't know when any, because we're professional wrestling is predicated on combat. Okay, a lot of these guys perform, they think they're performers, but it's predicated on the concept of combat. And you can't tell me that it's good psychology, okay, mentally, if you're in a fight with somebody, that after 10 minutes, I'm going to stand there and let the guy forearm me right inside the face, and we're going to do that back and forth. Like that's just not good. That does not make a lot of sense. Like you've lost.
Right, but you got to. I know, but Disco, you have to remember that's their universe, right?
Okay, right.
And it's almost like the Fantastic Four in their universe. Sue Reed can put a force field. Mr. Reed or whatever.
Right.
Name is stretches. The Human Torch turns on fire.
Right.
But in this wrestling universe, after 10 minutes of fighting, they form each other because a lot of them are New Japan fans.
Right. Exactly.
And so
But my just point is like in the picture of like what we grew up in, like good psychology. That's not good psychology.
It could be if you incorporate it correctly.
Too, like you see what the WWE guys try to do now too. Since everybody and their mother still does dives, and even the WWE, they're doing too many. Bro, they have the guys fighting with each other on the outside of the ring while the guy is climbing up, and he'll jump, and like right at the last minute, they'll turn and like the guy will jump on him.
Right.
As opposed to standing there
and
acting like you're
like
selling,
an idiot.
Look at the guy right up and jumps right on you.
Right.
So like,
I've even seen guys slip and the guy's still waiting for him.
Right. I'm like,
I go, bro, at least stagger around, sell something.
Yeah, because that's part of psychology. That's
right.
like, well, that didn't make any sense. Why did you stand there and let the guy jump on you?
100%.
Because that's what people are asking when they're watching it. So whatever. All right.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.